I'm Ben Willis. I am one of the owners of Parable Coffee in Columbus, Ohio. My partners are Jeffrey Clark and Wyatt Burke. We recently just added 2 new employees, Jess Johnson and Brian Ortiz. They're our very first employees, which is a very big deal, very profound, very nice. Well, first of all, I guess we should probably go over the name. The name comes from a novel written by Octavia E. Butler, Parable of the Sower, which shares a title out of the Bible. Unrelated, but kind of related. I mean, the book is based off of that particular passage. But essentially, the book is an Afro-futurist text about kind of how we, as a people, have to deal and grapple with change and surviving and sustainability, and how we can do better and work together in terms of community. And we wanted to apply that into the service industry, specifically coffee. Mostly because of the environment in which we found ourselves. It's incredibly hostile. There's really not anyone looking out for the employees or the workers, the service industry workers in the field. So we wanted to kind of reimagine what it would look like if we built a root system or an infrastructure that was centered around taking care of the employees, which is hard. It would be much easier to do it the way that has already been being done, but it's working. It's been really cool to see all the things that we were told really couldn't ever exist, or we didn't have the access or capacity to reach, working. The process of making coffee is completely mystified. People don't know what goes into it. So how could you have someone make an informed decision on what the value of the service that you're giving is? And so we decided to make that decision for them at a fair and equitable, exchange. And that's basically how we've gone forward since. And honestly, without any pushback. We live in a culture that is already set up in a particular way. We live in a tipping culture. Everyone comes in who has not been in before, wholeheartedly, this is debatable, knowing whether or not they are going to tip or not. Yeah. So the gratuity-free culture that we're currently building already faces people wanting to tip on top of what we're already charging them. And most often, the interaction resolves itself as relief, that it's taken care of already. And we most often just say, all we want you to do is come back in. And luckily, we haven't had any pushback. Almost every time people are like, well, what if I wanted to just pay more? Because we also have a pay what you'd like option. We also believe that coffee in and of itself is not accessible for everyone. How can we combat that? How can we figure out where we're finding and situating ourselves in the world? We're trying to make things sustainable. The idea is not to take advantage of the people in which walk through the door every day. I know that if something went wrong with my paycheck or anything, I can come to this space and not feel bad about not affording something that's in here. If you say, today, I just don't have it, that's easy, because today you can have it. I'm not gonna know if you don't have it if you don't tell me, or if we're not able to have a communication about it, if we can't engage about it. But that's what it is. That's what being in a community is understanding people are gonna go through things, but what you have at the end of the day is one another to get you through them, right? I might have something that you don't, that you can have access to, but I'm not ever gonna know if we can't have a conversation about it. And so we can make all things accessible through conversation, through trust, and through care, collective care. That's essentially, trying to run that through pretty much everything we do.
What's next for Parable? What's the future look like?
I don't know. We just added some new team members, and that is the central focus around that. They're going to be the ones who are going to have an actual say in what it is and how it is we're going to do what's next, because it's about them. I just wanted to facilitate, as a founding member, a structure that they could do it. So I can't really say on what's next. It's a team and community decision for the most part. But I look forward to it no matter what. And if it changes, that's just the way that it has to be, because that's the main principle of what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to change.